And so I feel like this was a case of like, okay, well, you helped me.
Let's get back to the case. So the wife, Mrs. is busy trying to get her husband out. This becomes a whole anti-Clinton's campaign in the 90s. They're running for president in 92.
So the RNC, the National Republican Party, launches what's called the Arkansas Project, which was basically sending operatives down to Arkansas to find any sources they could for any kind of dirt on the Clintons. No fact checking, no, there doesn't need to be any actual truth. They just need any kind of rumors they can get their hands on. And that's where we start to get the first roots of the scandals that would eventually turn into Watergate. Um, so as part of this whole, push to like bring up any little bit of dirt about the Clintons, any rumor, any allegation, the Wayne DuMond case comes up. And Wayne DuMond began to get sort of championed by the larger national right-wing media as this poor victim of the Clintons, and so his case kind of got picked up by and spread among more and more people to the point where when Mike Huckabee became governor, so that in itself also ties back. So when Clinton became president, that meant the lieutenant governor of Arkansas at the time, Jim Guy Tucker, was promoted, so to speak, to acting governor. And so they had to have a new election to not only choose a new governor, but also a new lieutenant governor. Well, the new election happens. Jim Guy Tucker got elected governor, and by a squeaker, by an absolute squeaker, like 5,000 votes, Mike Huckabee got voted as lieutenant governor. And this was all thanks to the fact that he was an evangelical minister who had been recently appointed to head the Arkansas State Baptist Convention, which was the largest and most powerful coalition in Arkansas at the time. And so that having that backing by the conservative Christians was what enabled him to get into the office in the first place. Well, then Jim Guy Tucker ended up having to step down because he got caught up in the Whitewater investigation and he got convicted. And if you're a convicted felon, you can't, by law, serve as Arkansas governor. So Jim Guy Tucker had to then step down, which meant Mike Huckabee moved up into the position of governor.
And then got elected for 2 terms on his